When the Junos routing protocol process adds routes to the routing table and determines which routes are active, it installs those active routes into the routing engine's forwarding table. Junos then copies this forwarding table to the PFE, or the packet forwarding engine. So there are two levels here. The routing table contains active routes that the Junos routing protocol process installs, then sends the forwarding information to the forwarding table that then passes the traffic. So let's look real quick at configuring static routes. I know we've already done this previously in the basic configuration section, but I just wanted to make sure that you know how to write static routes in Junos. So for this, we're going to go into edit mode. And for instance, if we want to write a static route to take traffic from the 192.168.10.0 network, and we want to tell it that the next hop address is 192.168.10.1, we write a static route like this: set routing options, static route, we want traffic from 192.168.10.0/24, and we want to say that the next hop or gateway for that network is 192.168.10.1. And that's how we can write a static route in Junos. Now let's talk a little bit about dynamic routing protocols. You can ask the question, why do we need dynamic routing protocols when we can just write static routes for everything that we need? Well, for one, in large networks it takes a lot less time. If you try to write static routes for, say, the Verizon's entire network, you're going to be working on that for a very long time. Dynamic routing protocols are used to save time and allow for changes to happen quickly when needed. Dynamic routing protocols are used so that routers can automatically learn routing information and populate those routing tables. Also, when a router goes down, dynamic routing protocols can automatically find a new route to the destination for the traffic. Ospf is a dynamic routing protocol that offers fast failovers and redundancy in routing. It's a common choice in dynamic routing protocols, and it's used more often than BGP, and for different purposes. Without going into a whole lot of detail on some of these protocols, let's take a look at a few commands for BGP. BGP uses sub-interfaces, or virtual interfaces, for routing. If we want to check the configuration of one of these interfaces, we can do so like this. We'll use the edit command to get into position in the hierarchy first here. So we'll issue the command edit protocols BGP group external. Now we could use the command top show interfaces. This is going to show us BGP information that may or may not be configured on a particular interface. We could type in the sub-interfaces configured for BGP, but of course I don't have BGP configured here, so there's no sub-interfaces to actually look at for BGP. But this is how you might check your interfaces configured for BGP. Now, you should definitely be taking notes on this section, and don't hesitate to watch it again, because like previous sections, all of the information is relevant to the exam. We'll go into more details on some of these topics in the next section. The JNCIA Junos exam focuses mainly on static routing as far as routing goes. Juniper wants to make sure you know how to create static routes, and they want to know that you understand how they work. This exam covers some of the top-level information regarding routing protocols, but in-depth configuration knowledge is not required and it's not tested on the exam. The next level exam goes into more detail regarding routing protocols, and you'll learn much more about them in the next video series. For now, we'll teach you everything you need to know for the JNCIA Junos exam.